Greetings and salutations, viewers of StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to Cupid. When we last left off, we had a bit of a flashback, kind of showing Catherine's downfall leading up to her suicide, possibly, with the accidental murder of her sister Emily, who was having an affair with the Marquis. So I guess that's kind of the start of how she kind of fell into this whole killing herself thing, but we're still not 100% sure if the Marquis is actually behind all of this, if he, like, kind of cajoled her into it. So now we're actually visiting Catherine's grave, nursing memories of her. So let us begin. The soft wind lightly blew her hair. It reminded her of Catherine and her playful ways. Tears sprouted from her eye. Even the wind. Console her. I'm always here, my love. Loss will always hurt. But you love Mother the best, don't you? This isn't really consoling, Mother. This is more of, see, I told you that you would be alone. I'm the only one you can trust. Yes, Mother. Then you are going to be fine. I will never leave you like Catherine did. Rosa. Guillermo's soft voice came from behind. Rosa glanced at him in acknowledgement. He stood quietly beside her for a few moments, but ventured to speak. Have you thought about my offer? My house is always open to you. Remember that. I'm sorry for my outburst back then. It's nothing. The wind played around their feet, and Rosa pictured Catherine as part of the breeze, playful and free. Aw. She was free from the pain and confusion that had plagued her in her last days. They stood beside each other in solemn reverence. He looks sad there. But, you know, it could be an act. Who knows? Hey, maybe it will be the twist. Like in Scoop. I think it was Scoop, the one with Scarlett Johansson and Hugh Jackman and Woody Allen. Finally, Rosa broke the silence. She was my family. I was in pain before she came along. I didn't know any better. She gave me hope. She was bright, like a flame. When I close my eyes, or I guess, sorry, I can still see the imprint of her light in the darkness. I can feel her warmth. A star. Hi! No, just kidding. They didn't speak again for some time. Guillermo cleared his throat. I was an orphan too, much like you. I know what it feels like to lose too much. I wandered for a long time before I found anything to live for. Were you alone? Sometimes. Always. Rosa nodded. So, is he one of those rags to riches kind of story, or is it just, you know, he was originally born into royalty and his parents just died at a young age? Did you have family? Guillermo shifted uncomfortably. No, they left me behind. I never knew them. So you were abandoned? So did you actually go for rags to riches story? Now I'm curious. Much of my memory of it is blurred. I was taken in by kind people once before, but... Guillermo sighed, and Rosa observed a certain disquiet in him. I didn't belong. But you have no difficulty. The morning is making me not talk good. But you have no difficulty mingling with people. I think of it as a necessity rather than a preference. Same. I can talk to people, but I usually prefer my solitude. Not to say I don't enjoy the company of people, but it drains me after a while. But either way, it can be quite tiresome after a while. Oh, he gets me. Things don't last. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Probably because I'm the closest thing you're going to have to a friend for a while, and possibly even an enemy if you actually did cause Catherine to die. I am making the mood worse. I'm sorry. I don't mind. I got a crush on you anyway, even though I suspect you of foul play. But that's mainly Mom who's dealing, not me. Guillaume had never opened up to her about his past before, and it worried Rosa how little she actually knew about him. Anyway, would you like to go around the town? I'd very much like to take you someplace more cheery. How about our favorite spot? Guillaume smiled with understanding. The pair traveled up a hill at the edge of town. There the view overlooked the quaint village. The sunset painted everything in the pink glow of dusk, of endings. It's always so beautiful here. They used to spend time in this grassy knoll, the three of them. It was their own little hideaway. Aww. Memories of the past crept up on every corner. The ghost of laughter echoed in the wind. So if you listen closely, you could just hear, ha ha. Rosa touched the trunk of the small tree they had carved their names on. So many fond memories. Rosa, I want you to have this. Guillermo took Rosa's hand and placed an item in her palm. It was a simple silver locket. She looked up at him questioningly. I have had that for as long as I can remember. One of my remembrances of the past. I can't take this. You must. You need it more than I do. But it's old, and the locket doesn't even open anymore. I don't know why I've held on to it for so long. I can't even remember how I came to have it. But it comforts me. Maybe it will have the same effect on for you. This is your treasure, Guillermo. It feels wrong to take it. On the contrary, I believe you must have it. Call it a hunch or a feeling, an urge on my part. Is it cursed? If I'm able to open it, will it suck out my soul and I will die? I am not good with experiencing sorrow, or even giving comfort. That much is certain. But I want to do something, at least. For you. He closed his hand over hers, affirming the gift. It's yours. Please take it. You are wrong if you think I am letting you stay in the castle simply for Catherine's sake. I do it of my own accord. Let me do this for you, Rosa. We have been friends for quite a while. If you need to leave, at least stay until you feel ready to go. Alright, but I will continue working in your household for my lodging. You don't have to do that. I can raise your status to a lady. You can read and write now, and very well. Well, that's good. She evolved above children's books. That's good. I'm sure you will be more comfortable in a higher position. And people won't make fun of you as much for your bad eye, I'm just saying. I have no need for a higher position. Just free access to your library. You have come a long way from the shy girl back then, Rosa. Watching you grow has been a pleasure. Yes, the library is yours. They were quiet for a while, only conversing through looks, smiles, and tiny sighs. That must have been a riveting conversation. The sad part is you probably got more out of that than actual talking. Rosa realized that she had been holding onto Guillermo's hand all that time. She broke off from his hold, rather embarrassed. We should head back.
You're right. It's getting quite late.
Guillaume walked over to the carriage to get it ready.
Excellent, child. Being a maid in his household will give you free access to the rooms. He trusts you completely. It seems that the candle worked.
I guess so. Who knows? He might be actually nice. We'll see. Rosa looked at the silver necklace in her hand. She fiddled with it, trying to open the lock. Yeah, sure, open it.
Open that locket. I'd like to see what is inside. An object that he owns will make any enchantment more powerful.
Rosa fussed with the pendant for a while, but like Guillaume said, it was stuck. I'll try again later, Mother. I'm rather curious about it myself.
The spell will start its effect in stages, gradually uncovering his true face. Fondness first, then trust. Familiarity.
But was the spell necessary at all? Didn't she already have that with Guillaume? Rosa bit her lip, remembering the warmth of his hand. They had known each other for a long time. It was rather comforting to have someone to mourn with. However, Rosa did find it strange that Guillaume rarely ever even mentioned Catherine anymore. It was as if he was shedding her off like a skin. Again, the pain in her throat resurfaced. The memory of the needles made her stomach lurch. Since her friend had died, the Marquis had begun spending all his hours locked in his office. He barely showed himself socially, rarely even attended meals. He could be mourning in his own way, you never know. Like, I'm sure if we're playing this game that chances are it's not just going to be cut and dry of, the girl committed suicide for no good reason, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to believe he's capable of such things at this current point in time. But again, maybe it's like in Scoop where it's all an act, we'll see. Spoilers for Scoop, by the way. But they were casting a powerful spell, something that might harm Guillaume. What if he was, after all, innocent? She had years of good memories with him. What was she even expecting to find out? Exactly how could she live with the guilt of two dead friends? Rosa sighed. She cared for him. Despite all the suspicions, she knew that much. But Mother was adamant.
3 candles for 3 loves. A fitting curse for a man who frolics in love's domain. Storge, the love for familiars. Philia, the love for friends. And Eros, the love for lust. Open his heart with Storge. Unmask him with Philia. Strike him down with Eros.
Yet Rosa kept a 4th candle. One she had named Agape. Or Agape. Agape or Agape, I don't know. I'm going to say Agape because it sounds a bit more intense. I don't know why. Unconditional love. She didn't know whether she would ever use it. Mother, of course, would object. But just in case Eros successfully struck Guillaume, she wished to light Agape. At least give him peace before. Rosa walked towards Guillaume, a pang of anxiousness biting at her.
Rise, my daughter. The work lays ahead. To bring him down, we must find his weakness, then we attack. Revenge will be sweet, my dear daughter. You could give 2 monkeys about Catherine beforehand. You kept saying, oh, she's going to leave you. Don't bother with her. She's just evil. She's going to leave you. And now all of a sudden it's like, yes, use your love for Catherine to destroy another. Do it for Mother.
I don't know if I wanted to do it for Mother. Mother has not been very kind lately. Oh, we're already into Chapter 4, Metamorphosis. Oh, and with that, the 2nd candle is lit, so I guess this is a good place to stop for now, so... Interesting. So, it really seems like Rosa is just as conflicted about this as possibly Gary. I don't know. We'll have to see upcoming. But for now, this is Star Princess HLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.